you want it, you got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, March 12th. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Kendall will be here a little bit later. She called out diarrhea. So she said, she texted me at 4. I know, that's it. Exactly.
That's it.
She texted me at 4 saying, hey, I might not be able to make it in today. I got diarrhea. And then she's like, I'll see you at 8. So apparently diarrhea will be flushed out of her system by 8.
Yeah, it's on a schedule, huh? Oh, yeah. She has to poop a couple extra times this morning.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you what, Emil.
Tell you what.
Diarrhea is like a blessing in disguise. I'm like, you're telling me you have quicker bathroom breaks. You sit down, it just shoots out of you. You're done.
Yeah, right.
That's like 2 wipes, if anything, and then you're back at it. Like I had my worst case of like what's it called? Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah.
Right. So I went to Rocky Point one year, and I was young. And on my way back, right before we head back to the States, we stopped by a restaurant that was like kind of off the strip, off the beaten path, so to speak. And everything was in Spanish. Right. So I couldn't understand the menu. So the one thing I did understand was like the Mexican combination, and I didn't even know what the combination was going to be. I just knew it was a variety of things, and I was hungry. I was hungover, it was Mexico, and we're on our way back from like a 24-hour binge. And I got this plate, and it's covered in iceberg lettuce. So I don't even know what's underneath it. Right. It's like a blanket of lettuce. And so it was like a combination surprise. And I'm like, ooh, what is this combination? And then I move the, lettuce, and I eat everything up. And it turns out the combination was a combination of like E. coli, salmonella, and
a little listeria sprinkled on top.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So when I get back to the States and Flagstaff, I ended up having, I go into the bathroom like 10 times a day for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
Right. Just going number 1 on my backside. I lost like 10 pounds. I looked great.
You got to do this more often.
Yeah, man. There was not a better diet that I have ever experienced in my life since then, or before that, and since. Right. And so, yeah, I'm like, not a problem. So when you call out to me and you say diarrhea, I say congratulations.
You got a Mexican combo diet.
Yeah, dude. And, with Kendall's been complaining that she feels like she's getting a little frumpy. She's eating a little too much and stuff like that. She's
frumpy?
Well, not frumpy, but, she's afraid of gaining weight because, she's a pretty lady. And if she's in a relationship, you get comfortable in that. And I'm like, look, you just got, again, you got blessed. You got the diarrhea diet. It is the best one. And you could have been coming in here and taking little diarrhea breaks. We would have like fun content on it like all morning long. Now we only get half a morning of that.
Yeah.
But trust me, she's gonna get roasted when she comes in.
Good.
Yeah. I'm a little stressed today.
Oh no, what's going on? Can I help out?
No.
Okay.
But you could hear me out. So like, and I'm stressed, and it's not because of the Iranian war or the gas prices going up, even though those are 2 very valid reasons to be stressed. I'm putting together beef games, and so beef games is a concept where I'm looking around my building and my company. I'm like, you guys aren't doing anything. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like you guys want to make money. Let's figure out a way where we could do something fun with our audience to where they could have a good time and we can make money.
Right.
It's a very simple concept on the surface, right? But this has been nothing but the biggest pain in my ass and hemorrhoid and an obstruction that I've been getting left and right. I'm going nonstop, right? You know me. I produce the show. I write the show. I schedule the show. I host the show. After the show, I go through the video clips. I'm doing all that. And on top of that, then I'm going on different sales calls, trying to whip together sponsors and everything.
You're pretty much just doing everything.
I'm literally doing everything.
Yeah.
Literally doing everything, right? Which is fine. In this industry, you have to do everything because they eliminated all other positions. But So I'm trying to put this together, and I have a sales manager who still doesn't understand the concept of what I'm trying to do, right? And it was like, well, we'll just do 2 games, and maybe 5 people will show up. And I'm like, no, that's not going to be the case. There's going to be 500 people to show up to this thing, and we're going to do numerous games. And I got a promotions manager who has it out for me. Dude. Like, literally will say F me in the hallway screaming it. Like, well, I'm like, what is wrong with you? I thought this was a professional setting. So I'm trying to put together, I have to jump through hoops to do these games, right? I have to,
a little ridiculous.
I have to write out all the games, right? And then I have to write out all the rules for the lawyers to approve. And I'm like, fine, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you guys just have to have them sign a waiver. What do you mean we need a waiver? I'm like, first off, you're making me like get everything verified and approved by a lawyer. How about an effing waiver, dude? And you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what they do. I mean, that's what I do with the Roadrunners. Before anybody does anything on the ice or anything, on any kind of game, sign this paper.
Yep.
This states that if anything happens, it's on you. Right. And it doesn't mean that anything will happen, but it's literally one of those blanket like things that just like it covers everything.
Right.
So, there's a hassle on that, but they want it. I mean, Beef Games is on the 26th, Thursday, the 26th. I encourage you all to come out. I'm going around getting all these prizes together. We got Disneyland tickets. We have stuff like that, but I'm still accumulating prizes.
Things. Yeah.
Right. And we have all these different games again. I know about these games, right? And the people who pay attention know about these games, but anyone that's involved in a position of power has zero idea what I even do. I'm surprised they even know I work here. You know what I mean? So I'm getting all these games, and they want an outline of how everything's going to run to the T. And I'm like, well, I can't even give you that yet because I'm still accumulating all these different prizes.
Yeah.
Based off what the prizes are is going to determine the game and the order everything else.
Yeah.
Just like I produce a show, an award-winning show, like a ratings record, getting show, like all that I produce, and then the hosting that I've been doing forever, like done, right? Like just trust me. Just get out of my way. But they're so in my way and so over-involved that they're like, it's almost like they're purposely trying to sabotage this, and I don't benefit from this. They do. You know what I mean?
By sabotaging this?
No. I don't benefit from this being a success. They benefit from this being a success.
No, agreed.
They get the money off of this. I'm not getting extra money off of this. I'm doing this because I want to do something cool for our audience and create revenue streams for our company.
Yeah.
So I'm in this, and I'm getting berated. I got this woman after me and yelling and completely unprofessional. And that's why I'm venting now. And I have to deal with this, and I have to eat this while still, going through all the details to make sure that the Beef Games goes underway. Now, we have this at the union, and I have things where they're like, okay, well, what's the deal? Like, how are they going to sign up? And I'm like, well, we encourage everyone to show up at 6:00, right? And get signed up by 7. The show starts at 7. So 6 to 7 is the window. So get there early, sign up. If you don't get there before 7 and sign up, then you're not going to be included in the games, right? You're not going to be drawn. They're like, well, no, what if we want people? What if some fat F old 90-year-old man happens to be a union and wants to play? It's not for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not for the drunk that's there at 9:00 every single night. Sorry you missed out. If you want to participate, show up the next time.
Easy enough to figure out.
Yeah, but I'm like, no, this is not for them. This is for our listeners. And they're like, what? Well, you can get an extra listener that way. I'm like, I'm in front of the Roadrunners fans, 6,000 people at a time, multiple times a day. Like, I'm in front of 150,000 Tucsonans saying, hey, listen to my show.
Yeah.
Every year. One person in union is not they're good. They're going to see the show and they're going to like, maybe I want to check that out, whether they participate or not, but it's not for them.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, if a guy shows up at 8:45 and wants to sign up, he should. No,
that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And he make it do it next week. How about that?
Yeah. And it's a show too. So how about you sit back and enjoy the show?
Right.
It's the people that are going to play the games are the people that listen and ride with us and then show up and sign up. It's easy. It's simple. But the fact of the matter is, there's so many cooks in the kitchen that I'm just like, man, it is beyond frustrating. Now, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to have all my friends involved. I'm going to make this a very entertaining and wildly success, not only just for our audience, right? Despite every nincompoop and incompetent ass that gets in the way of any of this. And this has been literally the story and the narrative the entire time here.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, it's a stifling place. It really is. And I mean, it's only gotten worse from things that I've been told from other people.
Oh, my God. Dude.
It's just like this sense of like, well, we don't need to do anything, and then money will just land on our laps. And it's like, that's not how it works in any capacity.
I wish that was
world.
the case, because then I'm like, where's the money? Like, oh, we don't have it. Oh, yeah. I guess that didn't work. So how about we try doing something?
God forbid somebody has an idea that's like forward thinking.
Right. So sorry to start the show with this rant and inside baseball talk, but literally it's the fire that fuels me and continues to. And it's this adversity, I actually thrive on it at the same time. As frustrating as it is, as like crazy as it could make you, right? Like I know what the vision is that they can't see. I know what the party is that I'm trying to throw, and I invite you all to join me Thursday, March 26th, St. Union Plaza, and let's make it to where it's almost like out of control, just packed, wall to wall, to shut these guys up. And then I guarantee you, after that, then maybe they'll get on board, and the next one will be even bigger and better. And if they are not on board, then I'll just go out and do it my goddamn self. We got a good show lined up for you today. I go spicy beef. Yeah. Woo. Oh, yeah. You sweating? You a little verklempt and stuff?
I've never seen such spice from you before.
Oh, well, stick around, because it's not the first time. For those of you who have been riding with me for years, I'm a passionate person, to say the very least. And that's what fuels me and directs me in the places I want to be. But with that said, we got time to get into a round. TikTok tells me, as you know, my good friend Kendall here, she is on the social media finding out all the different health hack trends that our kids are consuming. And she does the research to find out whether or not they're legit or nonsense. So
that's right.
What did you come across today here,
Well,
Kendall?
I'm dumbing down my own algorithm for this segment.
I love it.
So what I saw last night was a TikTok creator claiming that you can fix the water stains on your table. When you have that drink on your table, you get the ring.
Yeah. The dreaded ring. Nobody loves that ring.
They don't respect wood.
No, they do not.
Well, there's apparently a hack where you get a wet towel and then get an iron. I don't know if anyone owns iron still, but get a hot iron over it.
Okay.
And it's going to remove the water stain and restore the wood finish.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Well, it kind of makes sense to me. Okay. So they're trying to say, like, in a way, the wood, the moisture's trapped in the wood there. And if you heat it up, then you could evaporate that moisture and the ring magically disappears. I'm thinking, no, that what you're going to end up doing is just burning said wood. And now you have a water stain and you have a burned iron stain, and you just keep on making the situation worse.
Why don't you just wet the whole table and match the stain?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Invert the table, kind of.
Yeah, now it's just a shade lighter, and you don't see any cup stain.
Start staining the whole table.
Emil is our resident Bob Vila. He's the one figuring that stuff out. But you think this iron trick would work in taking out ring stains from wood?
Pulling moisture out of the wood, possibly, but I can't really see that it works so well. Let me know. What does it do?
All right.
It's partially true. So it can work. This method can work and remove white moisture stains. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Racist.
Yeah.
White moisture stains. You should see my comforter. I'll show you a couple of those.
Yeah.
Well, you meant comforter.
Those white stains, I'm not so sure. But that they're trapped in the finish of the but too much heat, like you said, can damage the surface. So it's like, you could try for something, I guess, a minimal stain.
Well, James on our stream, because we're live on the podcast broadcast, says towel on iron, it works. So he's a big believer and says that he has done it himself. So there you have it. What's the next TikTok trend that you came across, Miss Kendall?
Okay, this next trend, I saw someone pour their package, the packing peanuts that come in a big box. They dumped it in their sink. And instead of just disposing them, they ran hot water over the packing peanuts and dissolved them, and they went just down the drain.
That's awesome. Right into our water supply. And into your I drink my packing peanuts.
Yeah, one, I don't think this works. And then two, I'm backing up Emil on this. I don't think that is great to do for our systems and everything.
It's like if you're not supposed to dump your grease down the drain, maybe not dumping your packing peanuts down the drain is a good idea too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like nonsense and just a very irresponsible thing to do. So it's a hard no for me, dog. Now, does it work?
Well, it turns out there's two types of those
packing peanuts.
Yes, so it does not work for the styrofoam.
Right, which is the majority of what you're going to get.
But there is the white ones, and they look almost more like tubes to me, kind of. They're like a biodegradable cornstarch base.
Right, so and those are safe to do so. But you don't get them anywhere. If you're getting cheap stuff from Amazon, you are not getting those biodegradable peanuts. You're getting the styrofoam ones. Those are the cheapest to produce.
Also, why don't you just throw them away in the garbage can if they're biodegradable instead of potentially clogging your sink up?
See? Right. He grew up in Bisbee. This is my hippie friend here. So, I mean, you just made him irate. That's on you.
Yeah.
I know. I'm hot now.
Yeah, and the people who would do this. So how dare you? This is our Mother Earth. We all live on it together. Act responsibly. So, yeah, those are two trends that Kendall came across on TikTok. So the first one, you may try the iron trick. It might work. James says it does. And the second one, just don't be mean to the planet and, get rid of your packing peanuts responsibly. That's what we learned today. All right, we got more coming up on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan. Music on the way from STP. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Unclear. All right. Yeah. So I can't believe that worked for you, dude.
I could see, like you said, how it backfires if you aren't super careful.
You have to do it the right way. Maybe have enough moisture so you're not burning the wood. But I don't know. I got some old tables and chairs. I should try this out. Yeah.
Instead of restaining everything, it seems like a hassle to try to stain it all. But I do have I have one at home and I do have an iron, so I might be able to try that.
I know.
But at the same time, I was like, I'll just throw this table away. It's got a ring on it. I'm done with this table.
I love how you're just like, hey, we should love the earth and do all this. And I'm just going to throw this table away now.
Well, when I throw this table away, I mean, I live, like Grand Alvernon or whatever, Speedway in Alvernon. I just put it outside and
somebody will take it
table.
10 minutes.
Immediately.
Too. Yeah, right.
That's one of the benefits of living in Arizona. If you're just watching a stream, this in Phoenix, it's easier. Legitimately, because there are people that are always perusing the neighborhoods just to pick up all types of random stuff and turn it into side hustle stuff. So anything that you need, not only do they have big trash pickup, but anything you need to get rid of where you're just like, I'm done with this. This is trash. Like you put out a free couch won't last on a Phoenix street longer than 3 hours.
Yeah,
somebody will come by and pick that up, man. They are all over it. I told this to my mom when she moved into my house. She didn't believe me. And I was like, watch the magic of the Mexican elves. They take away.
Have some little fairy music in the background, watching them all.
Yeah, because you see them in pickup trucks and stuff. A couple guys standing in the back ready just to hop out real quick, grab it, hop it in there, all of it, no matter what. You're like, hey, broken dryer. They're like, yeah, I see the value in that. I can fix it.
I've done it myself, though. Tables and chairs, but then I take it home and I refurbish it and I sand it down and I do all this stuff and then I just give it to other people that will need it. It's cool, it's fun to do, and I'm like, I don't need this crap, but here you go, here's a table. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, I might do that with my couch if I ever bite the bullet to get a new couch. My couch sucks right now. I've had it for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Vintage couch.
Yeah, but I had to decide whether I was going to make the investment into, first I got a washer dryer. So washer dryer or couch, and I was like, I need a washer dryer, and then it was like car or couch, and I'm like, I need a new car. So
smart.
Yeah, and I'll get there if I potentially.
There's I think I really like the stuff at the American Furniture Warehouse.
That's where I got my couch.
That's where I got mine too.
I'll look it
up. They got
good
good deals.
Okay, TechFly, you have a question? What's your question? And I could answer right off the bat by saying, no, we are not vegan. That's probably the question that a lot of new people on the internet that come across our stream asks. We do have vegans on the show for sure all the time, and we definitely support their choice. Emil used to be vegan.
Yeah, I did a lot of acid once, and it made me vegan for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I freaking chicken parmesan knocked that out of my body, and I thank God for it every day.
Psychedelics and quitting things. Speaking of which, there's a new study that showed that psilocybin, magic mushrooms, can help you quit smoking. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Every time I trip balls, I'm chain smoking, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I can see if you allow yourself, you just have to access that part of your mind that wants to better yourself in that regard. You just like it too much.
Yeah. So this study came from Johns Hopkins University and found that a single dose of psilocybin, which of course is the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, was dramatically more effective helping smokers quit than nicotine patches. They say after 6 months, people who took psilocybin had more than 6 times the odds of staying off of cigarettes compared to those who used nicotine replacement. I personally do vapes, but also the Zins, the little pouches. Out of the 82 study participants, 17 in the psilocybin group has stayed smoke-free at the half-year mark compared to just 4 in the nicotine group. So they basically microdosed them shrooms until they quit smoking, which is a trip. That is a trip.
Literally and figuratively. And I wouldn't mind some of those mushrooms at some point again.
Yeah, I mean, I still have psilocybin chocolates in my freezer. I'm sure they're bad at this point. I mean, at what time do you just throw them out?
Toss that stuff away, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll extra trip from food poisoning and the mushrooms.
Which happened to me once. That was not a fun time. I thought I was legitimately dying. And
I kind of did that with like an edible once it was expired. It was chocolate.
Yeah.
And it hit me so hard. I was like, I gotta go to bed. And then I woke up like 12 hours later and I was like, nothing's changed. This is crazy. I can't go to work. I was like, this is bad.
Tech Fly, you have the floor, but only momentarily, and try to figure out what your question is, and I will answer to the best of my ability. Is it about looks? About this? About enhancing it, like this stream? Okay, so ask away. If you have a real question, I'll give you a real answer. If you don't, if it's just like a spam bot, then I apologize to my streamers for wasting their time.
It's like, I'm a Nigerian prince, guys, and
let's give the floor to this robot, this AI bot.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna hit the reset here. We get ready. Our top story today, and the title of the podcast is Looksmaxxing versus Douchemaxxing. Because this streamer, Clavicular, who is, for whatever reason, popping up on all the algorithms, all these kick streamers are, right? He is a super douche. At a certain point, he's like, is it just douchemaxing? He released a trailer based off his lifestyle that I'm going to share with you here on the stream in a moment about his regimen that screams American Psycho first and foremost.
Oh yeah, total Patrick Bateman vibes.
Oh right? Yes, and all about it. It's weird, right? How do I improve my skin? Okay, so that's why you're on. Well, I'll tell you how not to improve your skin. Don't do anything Clavicular is doing, like taking a meat hammer to his face. Let's see. Well, we'll do that here in less than 2 minutes. Earlier this morning, Emil and I did Morning Moron because Kendall had massive diarrhea. And in case you missed it, it went like this. All right. So today's Morning Moron is an example that even priests can be considered morning morons.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, especially if they got sticky fingers. The morning moron today is a 42-year-old man named Aiden Smith who was arrested a couple weeks ago just after leaving a Walmart. Now, he was arrested leaving that Walmart because he had 27 packs of baseball cards hidden in his clothing. Remember stealing baseball cards as a kid?
Yeah.
It was a national pastime.
That in comic books.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. As a kid, not as a 42-year-old man. Now, we all love nostalgia, but you don't want to go down memory lane by committing felonies. But this 42-year-old man, Ian Smith, did just that. He didn't pay for them. He had 27 packs, still collecting baseball cards, when really Pokemon cards has all the value.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't just a baseball fan. He's the head priest and dean of Trinidad Episcopal Cathedral in downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Right. And it wasn't just a one-time sin. Walmart says he had been inside the store 5 straight days and was caught on security cameras stealing baseball cards all 5 days. The priest
returning to the scene of the crime. Wow, dude, thou shalt not steal, bro.
It's literally one of the commandments.
That's one of the commandments.
It's something that he would teach in his school. Instead, though, he's like, thou shalt not steal unless it's for dope-ass upper deck cards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the collector's edition possibly inside. You got to collect them all. Now, his school said that they're investigating the situation. One church official said, I've spoken with Aiden and assured him our prayers for him will be with him in this difficult time. Oh, that's cool. The church is praying for him. He should be fine. It's unclear what a priest would do with baseball cards, but, I just think he was an avid collector or trying to bribe the kids in school. Many different things. Maybe do their homework, or I know it's a priest. You can think nefarious things too. Either way, just another example that when it comes to being a morning moron, nobody's safe. Not even a priest.
No way, man.
Yeah, and you're stealing not only under the eyes of the Lord, but under those security cameras from Walmart, which are in HD, and that's pretty much the same thing. So for doing that, Aiden Smith is today's morning moron. There you go. Morning moron today. I had several different naked stories that I could get to a little bit later on, which I'll probably do naked news in this podcast. Just because we talked about naked morning moron yesterday, and I would talk about that again with two other naked stories of sorts here. Sorry, we're on the stream. So TechFly just wanted to know our skin regimen. I think ring lights is the secret to having glowing skin.
Yeah.
That and of course hydration. And Kendall gets a love mask once every week. That's the thing. It keeps her looking youthful, but I don't want the same regimen. So I'm just gonna stick with water and ring lights. So that's the same. It's the Carrie Lake beauty regime. You just put the right light on, and all of a sudden, boom, you're 3 years younger. David was bitching about emo night for the Tucson Roadrunners last night. I saw this in the Tucson Roadrunners group page. They were playing like Creed.
That's the funniest thing.
Yeah, they were playing they played Kansas during like a guitar,
what?
Like air guitar thing, and it's emo night, and it's like, guys, you missed the memo. And I know John, the DJ, he knows what emo is. I don't know if Nydia, the game ops manager, if she is aware. But they missed the mark completely, and people were pissed.
And it made the emo fans emo.
So
they did its job. They went home.
Maybe that's the point of emo night.
Apparently, yeah, is to present something that
they could have. Next best thing would have been to play like some country at least.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was there, Nydia would have probably made me do that for my sing along. Now I'm supposed to have a conversation with her. I haven't been doing the games here past like month and a half. There was only about 4 or 5 games I missed. I mean, the last 2 nights, but I don't work Tuesday, Wednesdays. And then she wants to have a talk with me. But the thing is, she's just like, can I schedule a conversation with you at 3 o'clock? I'm like, actually, I have a meeting at 3. And then I was like, can you call me today? This is on Tuesday. Anytime, I'm wide open, right? And she's like, okay, I'll see if I can. And she emailed me and she's like, sorry, I missed my window. I can't, I'm busy. And I'm like, fine. Not a problem. How about you do this? It's old school. It's wild. I'm just throw out this idea, and it might be so crazy that it might work. How about you just fucking call me whenever you can? And if I'm available, I'll answer. And if I'm not available, I'll call you back when I am. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you could make an Outlook meeting for it, or you can just pick up the phone and dial the numbers. Yeah. I don't know. But if you really want to talk that bad, try that method. It used to work for our ancestors.
I had the same thing happen a couple of days ago with the Rialto, and I was like livid over it because I had to deal with like some just financial.
4 seconds.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, we don't have time.
Oh, it's a longer story. Rock 2.1 KFM. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, and it's time for your top story today. You guys, if you're not familiar with the name clavicular thing, congratulations, you have a life. It's outside of the internet, and that's great. Okay. But for the rest of us who live on the internet, we can't avoid this kid. He's all over the place. In fact, he's actually been making headlines because he's getting in trouble too. He was recently arrested in Scottsdale for live streaming him basically driving under the influence. He did get away from that charge. They did drop the charges. Because, I guess, like good-looking white privilege is a thing, right? He's also making about $600,000 a month just streaming on Kick.
He also hit somebody with a car like a couple months ago.
He's a monster. Listen, before we get into the assumptions and allegations or actually opinions of the type of monster this guy may be, he's also one of the influencers behind this kind of Looksmaxxing first off phrase and like trend of sorts. He just released a trailer. He's going to be doing some sort of type of live streaming event, right? And this trailer that I'm about to play for you screams Patrick Bateman of American Psycho, screams it. But in this, he goes through his daily regimen of what it takes for him to be the beautiful guy he is.
Beautiful man.
According to him and his followers, right? And this is crazy. This is real. And I'm going to share with you right now. But listen to this and watch along on youtube.com/beefvegan. Check this out. Right off the bat, the music is super psycho.
I live in a luxury condominium in downtown Miami, the Penthouse. My name is Clavicular. I'm 20 years old. I believe in Looksmaxxing. The idea of maximizing physical attractiveness.
Now, real quick, do you see that? He has a silver tray with all these different needles and vials on it next to a meat tenderizing hammer.
I also see those same trays in movies about torture.
Yes. Okay, but as we continue, and I was talking about this bone smashing trend, but this is the meat tenderizing hammer. Watch this.
By any means necessary in order to ascend. In the morning, if my jaw looks a little weak, I'll bone smash to strengthen it. My ratios are nearly golden now. Testosterone for muscle growth.
He's 20 years old.
Disoxin as for appetite suppression.
Yes.
Glutathione for health maxing. Peptides for anti-aging and collagen production.
Yep.
Melanotan 2 for healthy glow. IGF-1, HGH, retatrutide for leanness. Dutasteride and minoxidil for hair maintenance. When it comes to ascension, if you're not Looksmaxxing, you're not life maxing. And if you're not life maxing, you're nothing.
Dystopian.
Yeah, let me take my life advice from a 24 or 20-year-old.
Yeah. Mog World Order is the name of that, but that's
rage bait.
No, it's not though, in a way, because he is living this out on his stream. And again, he's only 20 years old, but he's in bars everywhere, right? He's drinking, but his regimen that he was claiming here is like he left out salads or any kind of food. It's literally such a modern age of supplement after injection, right? And like for all this preventive care and also like HGH and testosterone.
A lot of stuff that's not good for him at
yeah,
this age.
Dude. Yes. And you're looking, it's like you're 20 right now and you're already like making yourself a pincushion to quote unquote look max. You're going to be death maxing by 30, dude. I mean, how can you not? Or you're going to turn into like a cyborg or some kind of like mutant or something, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought this up is not only does it have eerie Patrick Bateman vibes in the music, the presentation, everything about it. That unfortunately this 20-year-old is an influencer that your kids are watching at a very young age, and they are going to think to obtain this level of beauty, so to speak, then you have to take every single shortcut. Even his little workout thing they showed, he was just stretching. He wasn't even working out, dude. It's like, you got testosterone and HGH. How about you like show yourself at the gym?
Yeah,
go lift, bro. Get some cardio. Like, no, I don't need to do any of that. I'll let the shots do the work. And look, I'm lazy. So you give me all that at 45. Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. You know what I mean? Peptides is something I've been looking into, really.
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing. But you also eat well, though. And you work out. You have a treadmill now.
Yes.
You have a treadmill now.
Yeah, dude. I'm jawline. That's the thing.
Maxing.
Anything that you do that is any type of positive thing, you're maxing. So like bone maxing, that's actually bone smashing. So if he thinks his jaw looks a little weak, he takes that little meat tenderizing hammer and beats his face. And honestly, the reality is, it's closeted behavior, right?
It is. I mean, we're all thinking the same thing. It is. It's pretty narcissistic with a little bit of a closet personality.
Yeah, it does make me mad though that we're doing a stream right now, right? 22 people live are watching it, and that's fine. But we're doing it on the radio as well, and that's a different amount of people. But the money obviously is a different thing, and we work hard writing bits and being funny, entertaining. That's part of the game. I've watched some of this guy's stream, and it's not any of that. You know what I mean? It's voyeuristic. You got that going on, and that's it. It's like reality television. Remember the Real World and the advent of reality television. Now they're like, we'll take out all the storylines. We'll take about all the editing, and we'll just live stream nothingness about beautiful people acting like a-holes and, put it on the internet, and like 100,000 people watch it, and these kids will make over $500,000 a month.
Yeah,
dude.
man. Isn't it psychotic? And then you go to work, just some regular guy going to work, busting his butt, making like what, $17 an hour, maybe $20 an hour if you're lucky nowadays.
Yeah. Well, that's whatever the minimum wage is in that state. Todd said, imagine working so hard to be the most punchable person ever. And the thing is, he's working hard to be the most punchable, and that's bone maxing right there. It's like, why even use a hammer? Just continue to do shit up out in public.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, you're going to have that golden ratio before you know it. So...
I think it's all rage bait. Is he doing the stuff that he talked about? Though. Is he doing that on his like live streams? Like he's showing you he's injecting himself?
Yeah, dude. No, he's showing that he's.
And he's not the only one.
And not only that, though, look, it doesn't stop there. Like clavicular. I keep saying his name wrong, but he's 20 years old, so he's max partying right now. So he got kicked out of I think an escape room for doing cocaine. He's doing Molly. So right now he is doing such a dangerous combination of all substances. The only thing I haven't seen him do on a stream is eat a burger or eat anything of substance. It's been all drugs, alcohol, injections. That's been what he's been consuming the whole time. I mean, he even took that appetite suppressant, right? He's like afraid to gain an ounce.
That's crazy, man.
I know, dude.
Total narcissist.
That's the blueprint for the influencer future.
No, it is.
That's how all these people are.
I hate the word.
Unfortunately,
influencer.
He's not unique in that. I feel like they're all doing this.
No, they're not all doing it. That's the thing.
They're all rage baiting, being douchebags.
Yes, and I get that. And you want to you say that this is rage baiting, yeah. I mean, in a way, it is because his entire character and persona isn't raging.
Persona, yeah, exactly.
Yes, and he came out of nowhere. Literally, it's been like for me, it's only been like 2 months have I seen this guy, but now he's unavoidable. And yeah, this is something that's happened. He's in the headlines, and you'll see clavicular in this year. I mean, he was just on Piers Morgan. Like the guy is going mainstream on all different types of platforms, and it's insanity.
He reminds me of the guy. Do you know much about Brian Johnson?
Yeah.
The guy that's obsessed with longevity.
Yes.
And not dying.
Right.
His goal is to have people not die, which is crazy.
But Brian, the difference between them, one of them's like doing things to try to benefit his health, while this guy's just like pumping himself full of like hormones, growth
for
hormones,
vanity.
For vanity.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not a religious person, but this is like sin personified, right? So like he is so vain that he's willing to do all these things, and he doesn't even see the long-term path. At 20 years old, I get it. You don't see the future, right? You don't think about the future at all.
Yeah, it's
the most dangerous people on the planet are teenagers. That's why the military recruits 18-year-olds, because they give 0 Fs. Right. So, yeah, he's not thinking about what it's going to be like in 30. But I'm looking at this being like, hey, man, this formula, it's either going to make you superhuman or it's going to kill you. And I think the latter is more likely, dude.
Totally.
And that's what's crazy about it. And, but great production.
Definitely a riff on American
you're a
Psycho.
chick, though. You're a chick.
Yeah.
Do you think clavicular's hot? Is he smashable if he wasn't such a grade A douchemaxer?
I don't think so, particularly. I didn't get a great look, but it doesn't look like he had any body hair on him.
Well, no, he doesn't have body hair because
pretty pubescent, and that's not attractive.
If you're looksmaxxing, you don't do body hair.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Here's a shot of him in the shower. Let's see let
me get real close.
Your
to the
physical
monitor.
reaction is okay. Well, that's great. Yeah, get out.
She got so hot for him, she started knocking everything over.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Are you gonna play or no?
No, that's just a still for you to feast your eyes on.
He looks like a child. and that's not very.
Now I got a whole theory about that.
All right. Well, let's keep this conversation moving on to podcast broadcast. We got more, including naked news, coming up after music from 3 Days Grace. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, I don't know. You sure? All right. You got to have hair. That's good. Hey, then we're talking the same language because I am hair maxing. I hair max everywhere. I'm hair maxing in places where I didn't think I could grow hair. Right? So.
Like where? Your ears? You got to like.
No, I get it. Yeah, my ears.
In your ears?
Oh yeah, no. As you get older, around your ears. You know, when now as I go to the barber, right? They give me a haircut. Then they trim up my eyebrows of the strays that pop out.
Yeah.
And then they shave the outside of my ear, which I didn't think would be a thing, but that's a thing. They shave the outside of my ear, and then they got to get up in there too. Yeah. So yeah, the hair. The more it like goes away from here, it grows
to other places.
Everywhere else, it just migrates.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm gonna have little ear froze, you know, and that's gonna be amazing. But you can't tell because I wear headphones, and honestly, I might just wear these all the time now. All right, but yeah, there you go. Clavicular is the name of that guy. It's weird. But let's continue here. Earlier this morning, Emil did this. Check it out. Rock on 2.1 KFMA is beef. You know, I was a massive fan of Masters of the Universe growing up, Emil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and even the 1988 cult classic, terrible film, Masters of the Universe.
Don't say that, man.
Well, I said I loved it, but it was terrible. Look,
it is terrible.
Yes.
It is terrible because it's like, what? Where's this plot going?
Right.
I still like watching it, though.
I still liked watching it. Courtney Cox was in it. It was a great film. Of course, Dolph Lundgren, who was He-Man in this movie, was iconic in a way. Dolph was red hot, but still had that very thick accent. Didn't necessarily fit the He-Man character. Now, as you know, Masters of the Universe is doing a remake right now.
I saw that.
But did you know that Dolph Lundgren's going to be in that as well?
Oh, who's he playing?
Well, see, that's what the rumor that I just came across that I want to share with you, right? Because, nothing's been officially announced yet, but Dolph's been teasing his involvement for a while. And now someone allegedly spilled the beans, okay?
Spilled the beans. What is it?
All right, there's an unconfirmed rumor that is going around about his role. And basically, Dolph will be a human character here on Earth.
Oh, okay.
And he works out at the same gym as Adam, a.k.a. He-Man.
Oh,
right?
So it's just like a little cameo?
Yes, a little cameo. Think, Stan Lee in a way, but it's Dolph giving him some life advice in front of a mirror, and that's going to be a scene. So it would be a cameo. At the end of the conversation, Dolph's character will allegedly tell Adam, "Good journey," and nerds around the world will rejoice. And that's what he said in the first one.
This lame. They could have done so much with his character, King Randor.
I know.
The father of Adam, that would have been so much better. I don't know how you feel about
the
this
father of Adam would have been a great role for Dolph. I mean, he's definitely old enough to be the new He-Man's father for sure. And the original Masters of the Universe movie came out in 1987. The Good Journey was a line from that 1987 flick, and it was and at the time it was a line so historically bad that now it's canon, and they can't wait to hear him say it again. So even though I just ruined that line for you, you're going to geek out when you hear it in the movie and be like, good job. That's
why I came to this movie.
Yes, he remembers the line that he remembered in 1987. That's crazy. Yeah, so Masters of the Universe will hit theater June 5th. Let me hook you up with a pair of tickets here. There's a show going down at the Rialto Theater this Saturday night for all you Metallica fans that you don't want to miss. It is not Metallica, but it's the closest thing you're ever going to get here in Tucson this year. It's Damage Inc. They're Southern California's tribute to Metallica. They look like Metallica, but more importantly, they sound like Metallica, and they put together a fantastic show. They're also going to be joined with Iron Priestess, which is a female-fronted tribute to Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. So if you are a fan of all things metal and you want to see these two fantastic tribute bands this Saturday at the Rialto Theater, be call number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Good luck. No, I love this. We're getting caught up on streamer slang, which is good. I mean, we are streaming, so it's time for you guys to really catch up to the rest of the world. So we know. I mean, I should call my streamers chat for sure. We know this, What's going on? We're live, and I'm glad that it came up on your feed. We're about to cover a couple things, some viral videos, and just pop culture news. That's usually what we do here. We're broadcasting live from Tucson, Arizona, on the radio as well. So this is the podcast broadcast. That's what we call this, if you're just joining us. And I'm getting some good comments. I am a Chad there from our Darpo Kita. And then the right guy was hard-mogging the left guy. And I feel like I am the left guy. So
are you the left guy?
Yeah, so you were hard-mogging me, dude.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I hate to ask. What does that mean?
Mogging? It's just like dominating in any particular like sense. So if you're like...
okay, then I was the other guy. I'm the one hard-mogging you.
Maybe. I don't know. You're on the bottom on the stream right now, so I can't tell this.
Yeah, but that was the show, technically, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hard mog you, dude.
It's all right, dude. Yeah. It's all right. I frame mog you any day, though. So not really, though.
All right. Well, we'll Google this and get caught up. We'll actually look it up there, Kendall. As again, if we're getting streamer audience on our live stream, it's important to know, how we can connect and communicate with the lingo here. I mean, I've been cool. I've been cool for a long time. Not everyone is cool forever. That's a fact. Okay. And some people have small runs. Like, a lot of people, I would say their window is like high school, very small, right?
Right.
You get a couple of years. I was like the captain of the captain of the football team. Yeah. And I dated the, lead cheerleader, and that was cool. And then after that, it was a bust. And now I'm like the third best mechanic at the Jiffy Lube. Right. But that's a lot of people's, right? And some people, they extended into college or something, a little post year. Now I am fortunate enough to have cool years in that actually stretched over like 2 decades. I've had 2 decades of coolness. I started cool young. And then I had peaks and valleys of coolness. There's moments there that, right out of high school, I was cool. I was in a really good band. And then I was a DJ and, I'm promoting events and doing all that. I'm cool. Then I had a kid and everything. I got into my family business. I started going like valley. Right. The coolness kind of shrunk up. My, friend circles kind of shrank up. Then I got into radio. Now it wasn't cool right away. I had to create cool things from this and cool moments. And then I started supporting different artists and local artists and building them up and building cool shows and then talking to rock stars. And these rock stars were blowing up that, and I had hipster cred. And then I'm going backstage and I'm doing cool shit again. Right. And then I moved down to Tucson. I'm cool. Then I got fired from, the co-host of this show.
Yeah.
When I was cool. And then I had to be the producer of a classic rock show for an asshole for 3 years. And that was very uncool. Right. And he took away my name and my cred and any of that. and I was at an all-time low. And then now we're back here. We got this crew building up back to cool again. So you add up all the years, I would say safely 19 years, peak coolness.
I think that's the problem, though, with our day and age. I feel like people are valuing looks over being cool, when really being cool is more important than looks.
That was her nice way of saying that. I've been ugly this entire run. That is
off of it. Fucked. No.
That is not cool.
That is not what I said.
I mean, look, at no point during any of my 19 years of being cool was I good looking, and that is harsh.
I didn't say that. You just said that.
Yeah, but you implied it.
No, I did not.
Todd, you got my back on that. Is that not what it was implied in that situation?
No, it was a complaint about everyone else in our society right now. Like we just talked about the streamer guy. He's all about the looks.
Yeah.
And he's not about the cool. And that's not...
Well, he thinks he's cool, and that's the thing. And the reality is, yes,
that's what they're basing coolness off of.
But technically, he is cool. And when it comes to the definition of in circles going into Miami nightclubs, he's definitely looked at as cool. How long will that last? We'll see. But, I'll tell you what, being rich and then famous definitely adds to the longevity of coolness.
Yeah,
Let's go to the phones. Yeah, exactly. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
This is Mark.
What up, Mark?
What up?
You called me, dude. What's going on?
Oh, I thought you were doing call number 10.
What?
Yeah, no.
I'm listening to this. I'm listening to the stream.
Oh, you're on delay, dude. Yeah. No caller number 10 right now. Yeah, that's all right, though. Soon enough.
All right. Well, I'll just keep on listening.
All right, cool. Good luck, brother. I'll give out something soon. James said, when am I coming to Lake Pleasant? That's a good question and should be soon enough. They gave me the invitation. They got, James has like a restaurant out there, restaurant bar.
You're telling me about this place.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, him and his wife, and they listen to the show. And
that's cool.
And they invite us out to have a good time and even put us up to a certain situation. Email me again. Maybe we could have like a show experience. Yeah. Kendall and I
need a tan.
Yeah, Kendall and I just did a bro date for This Is Tucson and went down to, what was the name of the restaurant?
I cannot tell you. It is a very nice place, though. I cannot remember. I can't remember because it's something I can't pronounce.
Okay, fair.
And that's unfortunate.
All right, let me get into this. Todd, you're on the stream. I need you and Emil to tell me what you think of The Boys' new, what is it, virtual reality game? Have you seen this trailer? All right, check this out. This is a trailer for The Boys VR game.
Like the show, The Boys?
Dad, we missed the show. Did you even check the schedule?
Hey, if the Armstrongs are still here, maybe we can meet them backstage.
I don't think we should be here.
Don't let them get away!
Jess!
Alex, run!
No,
Alex!
Please! They're soldier toys!
I'm so sorry.
This is his last chance, love.
You turned him into a fucking soup?
You know you got a lot of questions, but until you get control of your powers, you're dangerous to anyone close by.
So I help you with Project Janice. You'll help me keep my daughter safe and kill the Armstrongs? I'm in.
All you gotta do is install a backdoor device on the central server. We'll know every move those motherfuckers make. Think you can handle that?
Guess we're gonna find out.
Fucking diabolical.
What's Tim V?
It's a twist on compound V. Gives regular bloods powers for a day.
Careful. Playing with fire here.
So the premise is, you get all this different compound V, and then it gives you all these different superpowers to kill everybody. And just like in The Boys. Now, you're watching The Boys, right? You a fan of that?
No, I haven't seen it for a while.
Okay, well, the last season is coming up this season. It looks pretty good, yeah. And that's the VR game. Now, Todd says it looks boring, so I'll trust you on that. I don't like the graphics and everything for VR. Give me some, more are we at a point? Yeah, put me in the game, dude.
Because we have VR Resident Evil. I saw that the other day, and this dude had a legitimate setup where he's walking around. Terrifying,
right?
No, I'm all right. That looks cool, but I'm good. I don't need to be scared that much.
Yeah, I'm out. That's fair enough. Rock 102.1 KF, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents, hanging out here on the podcast broadcast with Kendall and Emil. I do have some naked news that I want to share with you since we're at it now. The reason why I call it naked news, one is because I got some porntastic bed music I could play with it. Two, these are 3 stories that involve nudity that just happened this week. Okay, so a lot of nudity is happening, and it happens each and every year when, it starts to get a little bit warmer. You don't get that many naked stories in the midst of a winter vortex, right? But as soon as, there's a heat wave, then, the freaks come out, and they come out and they forget to bring their clothes. Yesterday, we talked about the naked burglar who was breaking into homes in Virginia and had people on the edge because police say the man was just breaking into homes completely naked. And then sometimes would take stuff, sometimes would just wander around inside the house and not steal anything at all, which freaked people out. So imagine waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's just a naked guy just standing in your kitchen.
I'm the only one that's naked that stands in my kitchen. How dare you?
And that's basically a naked showdown.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And in that scenario, whoever has the biggest wang wins, right? Yeah. So if he's standing there and he out-inched you, then basically that's his kitchen now.
I have to leave my house.
But if you walk into the kitchen and there's a naked man and you're naked too, and you look down and you look at him and you're like, huh. And he'll be like, I'm sorry, sir. I'll show my way out. That's how that works.
That's very polite of him too.
Yeah, so that's one story that legitimately happened. Another naked man actually stole an ambulance with a patient inside. This is terrifying.
Oh, this is much worse, I think. Yeah. Already.
This is in Wisconsin. He was arrested after allegedly stealing an ambulance while completely naked, and there was already a patient inside the vehicle, and the person was thinking he was dying, Yeah, a patient actually yelled, "I'm dying," during the chase. The suspect surrendered still naked when the ambulance stopped. Wow. And now he's facing felony charges. Imagine being in the back of that ambulance and you're like praying that these paramedics can save your life because you feel like you're dying.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this naked maniac comes in and is like, we're going on a road trip. You're like, no! Like, will you stop the car? I'm dying. While you're trying to flee and get some naked kicks, I am literally losing breath as we speak.
And I guarantee they still build them.
Oh, yeah. They charge that, like, thousands of dollars, dude. Yeah.
It was a long ambulance ride, so we're going to have to charge you a little bit more than usual.
That's right. And continuing in naked news, our third and final story involves nudity and mud, which is like a full-blown mud bath. And I'm sure this guy's skin is glowing after the fact, but police in Connecticut arrested a man who allegedly tried to break into a neighbor's house shirtless, covered in mud, holding scissors and a tree branch. Now, this, of course, is a hairy situation. Officers say he began throwing rocks and even trying to eat them when police arrived. Eat them as in eating the rocks.
The rocks?
Not
the
eating
police.
the police.
Okay.
No. It's eating the rocks, okay? And then he was charged with burglary, animal cruelty, and assault, right? So the dude broke into someone's house like he was a literal swamp monster, right? Just naked with a branch and scissors. Which weapon is worse when you're being approached by a naked mud man?
And did he take the branch off with the scissors? I'm really curious about all these things.
It's true. Unfortunately, in naked news, I'm going to leave you with more questions than I have answers, but these are the facts that are given to me, and you can go down the rabbit hole and Google them yourself. But there's your 3 naked stories of the week. Let's hit the reset. We're back with more Beef Vegan Presents right after this. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right, we're going to get ready for Beef of the Week that we did earlier this morning, which involves 2 things. I actually have another video that I'll share in there too. But Janet Jackson versus Jermaine Jackson was our Beef of the Week. It's a good one. All right. And so I want to share that here with you right now. And then we'll be back with more, including Kendall's next segment right after this. So I want to cue this.
Doesn't have anything to do with diarrhea. All right.
Okay. Is your diarrhea cleared up now?
I didn't have beef misunderstood. I didn't have the diarrhea.
Nobody on the stream wants to
caring for
nobody
my
on the
pet.
stream wants to hear about it or cares,
You just asked.
No, you forced it in there. You know you did. And you can watch the playback and see that. I didn't even bring it up. Did you, Emil? Who brought it up?
Oh, dude.
He wasn't paying attention.
On the show opening, who brought it up? Is that what you're asking?
No.
You brought it up.
Okay, again.
That's how you started the day.
I know. All right. So earlier this morning, Beef of the Week went like this.
I feel that though.
I say this. This is a statement I've said. Ride the wave until it breaks.
Yeah.
I'm very Brody and point blank. You know what I mean? When it comes to my life philosophy. So I'm not anti Jermaine Jackson with that statement, but not everyone knew what he meant. I want to back sound up just a little bit to the beginning of this here. So you got full context on Beef of the Week. And I'm hoping it's close to this. Check this. Except one person.
Oh no, who?
Janet Jackson.
Really?
I'm so close to the beginning, guys.
That's so gross.
Stay with me. There it is. All right, here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, yes, it means it's time for your Beef of the Week. We got a beef today between the Jackson family.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. See, now, as you may know, there is going to be a Michael Jackson biopic that's set to drop the theaters here pretty soon. And it stars Jermaine Jackson's son, right? So, if anything, this Beef of the Week proves one thing. Even the Jackson family can't sit through a movie together without drama. Now, the entire Jackson family gathered in Los Angeles for a screening of the new Michael Jackson biopic, Michael.
Okay.
Now, the film stars Jafar Jackson, Jermaine Jackson's son, playing Michael. Now, the early trailers make it look pretty accurate. You're like, okay, yeah, I can see Michael in that. They're related, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And according to everyone who was there, the movie absolutely crushed. Everybody loved it. Except one person.
Oh, no. Who?
Janet Jackson.
Really?
Yeah. And apparently she did not hold back. All right. According to insiders, when the movie ended, Janet started roasting the film like it was open mic night. All right. She reportedly complained about everything. The acting, the makeup, how the actors talked, how they walked.
What?
Yeah. Basically, every little scene she was complaining about, which is awkward because, of course, the guy playing Michael is literally her nephew.
Yeah, sitting right next to her mostly.
Yeah. She's like, you suck in so many ways. Let me tell you why. Nobody asked. That's when Jermaine Jackson snapped. Because, of course, he's the proud father of the movie's star.
Yeah, it's my boy up there, you know?
And he fired back. And this might be the weirdest diss in family history. This is what he reportedly told Janet. You are going to miss this wave. You are so jealous. Just get on the wave. And you know what, though?
I feel that, though.
I say this. This is a statement I've said. Ride the wave until it breaks.
Yeah.
Something that I'm very Brody and point blank. You know what I mean? When it comes to my life philosophy. So I'm not anti Jermaine Jackson with that statement, but not everyone knew what he meant with that. But it definitely sounds like something a guy would say right before Thanksgiving dinner gets canceled. Now, this is what the fight probably looks like, to be honest with you. Jermaine, this movie is history. Janet would be like, the wig looks like it came from Spirit Halloween. Jermaine's like, that's my son. Janet's like, he walks like Michael learned choreograph from Google Maps. He looks like he's in Minecraft. So this is not just a random Hollywood beef. You know, this beef of the week is brother versus sister, nephew starring in the film, and the legacy of one of the biggest artists in music history. And this is a huge beef of the week because if Janet hates it, that's like Gordon Ramsay coming to your restaurant and saying, yeah, the microwave works great.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds a little jealous.
It sounds a little jealous. With this beef of the week, who do you think is in the right here?
He totally is. The Jackson boy, Jafar Jackson, and his father. Like
Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah, ride the wave, because this is only going to bring her a little bit more fame, too. It's going to benefit all of them.
And I think with, of course, the movie Michael, then Janet's probably not in it. You know, her career in the 90s. It's like, wait for your own biopic. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we know how it ends in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I forget about that. Thanks. You kind of ruined it for a lot of other people, Janet.
Yeah. So, yeah, beef of the week is between the Jackson family. They're back in the news, causing drama again, and still hate each other. So I guess the moral of the story is, you know, make sure your parents don't have 8 kids because eventually you're going to beef with one of them. All right. We'll hit the reset. Be back with your F My Lifes and more right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, we're back here. Kendall wants to get political. Let's get political, I guess, huh? Here's our beef tip, an early beef tip, okay? Leave the Trump impersonations to the comedians, okay? So if you're, say, a senator who is at the forefront of trying to release all the Epstein files and have full transparency and bring down the evil powers that be, but doing a Trump impersonation, you got to work on that before you bust it out in a podcast. And Senator Massey, did he do it? Yeah, he did. And we're learning this the hard way here. Check out this Trump impersonation. You be the judge of how well Massey did this Trump impersonation. This is a recent podcast that he was on.
The president got mad at me. You know, you've heard me say this before. He called me on the phone 3 times while I was on the floor of the house. I let it go to voicemail 3 times. I didn't have him in my phone. Technically, I didn't know it was him, but it was all zeros, right. And I figured there's only one person can get a phone number with all zeros. So
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I guess it makes sense. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy, though. That he could call from a line and just shows up all zeros. So if you get a phone call, that's all zeros.
That's a power move, though.
Yeah, dude. All zeros.
Yeah.
And what if you call it back? Because, zero used to be for operator, right?
Right.
But is that even a thing anymore? I don't think it is. And if you go all zeros, you go directly to the White House. Right. He just gave out the president's phone number, dude. That's ballsy.
That's a security risk.
Yeah. All right, listen to this.
I did call the White House back, and they put Trump on the line, and he said, "I'm coming at you like you've never seen. Never in your life before have you seen the way in which I will come at you. I'm more popular than you in Kentucky, and you know it. I'm backing your primary opponent, and you're gonna lose." And
so that was his impersonation. What do you think of Senator Massey's impersonation of Trump? Did he do a good Trump?
I think he sounded like a baby version of Trump.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little baby. I'm baby Trump.
Yeah, so he didn't
That's
necessarily
like.
nail it. There's comedians out there that have a really good Trump, and then, everyone attempts to try to do a Trump, I guess, but not everybody nails it.
Right.
And this is going to affect him in the primary. You got to have a good Trump if you're really going to bust it out. He tries it again there.
Then I tried to talk to him about the Constitution and that it required us to vote. And he started screaming at me for 3 minutes. And then he repeated everything again and, hung up on me.
All right, so yeah, he didn't do another one, and Trump wasn't lying when he said he was going to campaign against him. That's exactly what he did in Kentucky yesterday. Now, I don't know who Ed Gallarine is, and I just hope he's not running against Massey because he would lose by a landslide because the guy comes off like such a dweeb.
His haircut looks like it.
Everybody likes Massey.
He's
legitimately
100%, right? And he's a Republican, and he just his whole thing is like I seen the craziness of the Epstein files. Trump is protecting the billionaires that are in power, and that's why he doesn't want this release, and that's why he's coming after me because they're his donors. So he's being transparent about this, and it's obviously the Epstein files we want released. The both sides of the aisle want released, so it's great. All right, but okay, this happened. This was the soundbite that late night's going to make fun of if they haven't already from the rally yesterday. He tried to come up with a catchy little slogan, right? Because if it rhymes, it's true, right? We know this. We come up with rhymes all the time. We don't butcher them. We don't repeat the line before the rhyme. That's what Ed did in a real.
I think you're just trying to kill time.
No, in true geek fashion. Listen.
I hope the fake news gets this. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
It seems very forced.
Dude, of course, dude. What a dweeb. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if that's the rallying cry that's going to flip a tire, Republican seat to a Republican seat.
No, well, one Republican who actually does his job to one who follows orders from everybody else in most likely another country.
Yeah, so that's as political as we're going to get on this show. Let's talk about this Oscars stuff here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Did you follow the Oscars? Did you figure out that Barbenheimer was not this year, Miss Kendall?
It wasn't my mistake. It was the internet's mistake. And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about the Oscars from years ago. I'm like, I need info on this year.
Right. Yeah.
So I got it now.
Okay.
I got the right year.
The Oscars are this Sunday, huh?
It is. And I like to watch because I'm a big Conan girl. So I watch for my man Conan.
Is Conan hosting this year?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I do enjoy Conan O'Brien hosting anything. So this year it's weird because, and I'm going to say this stat again, and survey says tomorrow.
Oh.
But let me ask you this: have you gone to the theater to see a movie in the past year, 12 months?
No.
What about you, Kendall?
Say that again.
Well, let's say, have you gone?
She did though. She went for Valentine's.
Okay, good. So the majority of people have not. 62% of Americans have not gone to a theater in the past year.
Yeah.
Right? That's the state of the movie industry right now, which is unfortunate. Now, a lot of it could say that we haven't had too many blockbuster movies to come out that you would want to see, but we're really missing out on the experience. And I do like those places like Roadhouse that give us, dining and drinks and movies, and it's a recliner, and that's great. And it gives you something to do as opposed to just staying on your couch inside the house. Not as fun.
I have one recommendation for that, because what is frustrating about that experience is it's like you don't want someone coming up to you, talking to you like, okay, so you want to order a cheeseburger? What kind of side do you want for that while the movie's happening? I feel like we need a silent ordering system where you can order off a screen and they deliver to you and there's just silence.
Now you just have lights, so it's no different than having a person on their phone while you're watching a movie in the theater, though.
Yeah,
that's less disruptive, I think.
Yeah, but you're doing it wrong. And the reality is you order before the movie even starts. Yeah. And then the way you do it is saying, okay, I'll start off with popcorn. And then about 30 minutes in, I want you to put in my order for this. And then I'll have that coming out midway through. And then if I feel like getting anything spicy like a drink, then pop over. I'll whisper to you real quick. It's done now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Don't check on me. I'll ring the button.
Well, they don't. They
did when I was there.
That's only because you got asked. All right. So tell me about Oscars. Let's see what's going on with who are the favorites going in there. Now, Marty Supreme was the movie that was getting all of the accolades until recently. Actually, Michael B. Jordan upset Timothée Chalamet in the Best Actor category, I think at the Critics' Choice Awards, which was the first of the Best Actor awards that Timothée Chalamet did not win. So now they're thinking, okay, going into this, we got ourselves a fight, a little dog fight. It could be anyone's game. So are you seeing some of the favorites to win some of these notable awards?
Well, you want me to go over like best actor, like who's in there? So that would be, like you said, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan Sinners, and then Wagner Moir for The Secret Agent.
Yeah, well, he's out. DiCaprio's out as well because DiCaprio plays a good DiCaprio, but he didn't act in that. He was just DiCaprio with long hair. He was stoner DiCaprio. So it's really coming down to Marty Supreme and Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan. And honestly, between those two, I saw both films. Michael B. Jordan was Michael B. Jordan twice. That's pretty impressive. But Marty Supreme was a pretty good movie, and Chalamet did pretty good. Did you see these movies, Emil?
No, I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw One Battle After Another, and that's the two with the biggest nominations are Sinners and One Battle After Another overall.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well, which out of those? Well, see, this is a tough. You know what? I'm going to save this conversation for her because he actually watched these movies, and I'm talking to you guys, and I'm like, you guys. And you know what? I'm with you, though. I mean, I only saw a portion of this year's Oscar nominees, and there's a lot of it that you're like, yeah, no, I didn't even know that was a thing, or I didn't care to even witness it. So, unless you got like odds on favorites pulled up, then there's nothing that we could really address here, right? Like, give me some predictions I could bet on to make some money.
Okay, well, I'm gonna spicy yell at you later after the show. I won't do it now, but you threw on me, get something together with 5 minutes notice. And then you set it up like as if you orchestrated this info.
Right.
And now I'm trying to, I would have gone over this info, but you didn't. You set it up and now you're setting me up for failure. And now I'm spicy. Now we've all had our spicy moment on the show.
I like that though.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna say after the show then?
Well, now I got a little bit of out. So that's
good.
My steam.
All right.
As bad.
We can move forward without the spice. And if I already got my spice and some sugar, sugar?
No sugar, no.
And on a sweet note.
Yeah. Do I get a little bit of that? No?
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Oh, Smashing Machine got snubbed. All right, that's it. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast. There you'll hear Kendall curse, and we'll be back with a beef tip after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Well,
yeah, that's disappointing. I liked Smashing Machine. Did you
watch it? No,
I did.
I tried to watch it.
Is that something that Clavicular uses?
No, yeah, right. No, that was the movie with The Rock where he was playing Mark Coleman. And
UFC fighter in the 90s.
Yeah, and it was, this is the takeaway from that. And this is the most interesting about it because, the Safdie brothers, Benji and Joel, they're the ones that are responsible for Uncut Gems and a bunch of movies like that. Really good. They had that kind of like vibe and energy that it's like anxiety-driven storytelling that they kind of mastered. And it seems like there's a real like undercurrent of like kind of like an ego battle to where, Benji Safdie, he likes to act and he wanted to direct as well. So he went off to direct The Smashing Machine. Meanwhile, his brother directed Marty Supreme. Two completely different films. Smashing Machine had to get recut because it kept testing poorly. And, they kept delaying the release of the film. Finally, the film came out. Big flop.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme comes out, and it's a front runner for all the awards and nominees. And so, if this was like a brotherly rivalry of who had the better vision and who was the better director, and they had to prove it with a picture this year, then Benji Safdie lost by a mile, right? And I like him as an actor. I like his character portrayal, and in a couple movies that I saw, that one movie with Robert Pattinson, that it was a great movie, and then who those brothers directed, and then he was also in the movie or in a television show with Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone, if you remember the name of that. Anyways, yeah, those were great.
On Showtime. What was it called?
Yeah, it was really good. It's a weird show, but anyways, they both released a movie this year. They both directed a movie without the other brother helping, and you just saw, you're like, oh, okay, well, now we know who the real director is. Because Smashing Machine, I attempted to watch it. It lost me in like 10 minutes into it. And I like The Rock and I like Mark Coleman. I know Mark Coleman.
Well, you don't like The Rock. That's a lie.
I want The Rock to do better. But I grew up a wrestling fan. I still like The Rock. Some of his character traits are little problematic to me, a little douchey. And honestly, I think, you know, like a lot of his roles are kind of cash grabs. And yeah, it's more hype than anything. But I want to like The Rock, right? I don't mind looking at The Rock on the screen. You know, he's charismatic like that. And the Mark Coleman story, him being an Arizona MMA fighter is near and dear to my heart as well. Yeah. And I remember the first 20 UFCs very vividly. Like, I grew up like working in a video store. I got all those UFCs, all of them, the Tank Abbott years, the Hoist Gracie years, all of them, dude, before they had weight restrictions and all that shit. When it was barbaric. You know, I loved it. I loved it from day one, right? The UFC. So, and we're involved now. I mean, I still like the UFC, but I couldn't tell you more than 5 fighters off the top of my head. You know, a part of it is because a lot of the names are difficult for me to pronounce because I'm a big dummy. But yeah, so either way, we only got a couple minutes here before we wrap things up. So let's clear it up here with we had FML news. Actually, we had F My Life with Logan. When Kendall,
he had a big FML.
He did have a really big FML. And this is right when Kendall came in after her diarrhea cleared up. And in case you missed it, it went like this. Asshole. And that's why it's your FML news. My Python found that was stuck in my dashboard.
And my dashboard's wrecked.
Yes, absolutely. So there you go. Your FML news story. But your email's coming up next. B-Figure Presents. So keep it right here. It's Rock 1 2.1 KFMA.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward. Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, now's the time to give us a call. And if we agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for the Centurions Bash featuring Leonard Skinner on Saturday, April 25th. The Centurions Americana Extravaganza, red, white, and boots. Again, happening at Keno Stadium. With that said, I got Emil and Kendall made her way in from her grotesque, morbid diarrhea, or what is it?
The dog. She's blaming it on the dog.
She blamed it on the dog, but no, there's no
you
doubt.
You told everyone that I had diarrhea.
Well, people wanted to know.
It's out there.
FML.
People wanted to know why you weren't showing up for the show, and obviously the excuse that you gave at 4 a.m. had diarrhea in it, and so I assumed it was just you exploding out your ass all morning long. But let's go to the phones first. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
This is Logan.
Hey, Logan, you got an F My Life for us? It sounds like you do. You already sound kind of down in the dumps, dude.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
So last week, I bought a brand new car, a brand new 2026 Honda Civic. And Tuesday night, we all went to dinner. And as we were putting food into the back of my trunk, as we were walking onto the sidewalk, I noticed this car just head-on crashed right into my brand new car.
Oh no, man!
While it was parked?
Yeah, while it was parked legally.
Wow.
Makes me sick.
Yeah, you watched it happen. I know, that's so brutal, dude. But yeah, I mean, you have insurance and everything, right? So you're gonna get a payday for this, I would hope. Yeah, like a big payday. And then you were injured as well. Yeah. What was the deal with this person who drove the car right into your car? Were they drunk? Did you ask them what the hell was going on?
It was weird. Like, all my family witnessed it too, and her excuse was like that she saw something fly across like the middle of the road.
Fly across.
Like in my head, I was like, so why wouldn't you just stop?
Yeah, dude. It's just, I mean, there's plenty of things that you could do in that scenario, and stepping on the gas and driving into my parked car is not one of them.
Well, hitting the brake or hitting another person's car is going to make your car stop. Either way, she just took the other route.
Yeah, man.
I see. And insurance is like, here's your $15. Enjoy that. So have fun with dealing with all that.
Brutal. I just bought a new car this last year. All right, that was Logan's FML. I'm just cracking up over those back-to-back comments. On 23, how can I make my jawline? Well, according to Clavicular, you punch yourself in the jaw and you bone smash to be able to Looksmaxx
Right.
and do that at your own discretion. You took it from him, not from me. And what's that girl's IG? Well,
What's her name?
She's got booty pics too, but you got to be a fan to really go down the rabbit hole to get to know Miss Kendall, to be able to find out her IG. And then when you do, then you will see buried amongst some posts. They're not there in the front, right?
Little Easter eggs.
They're Easter eggs of thirst.
They look
traps.
like Easter eggs too, right?
They do.
That's
They're
right.
nice shots. I mean, she's not going to post a bad picture of her butt on there. So there are Easter eggs in there. And her name's Kendall. And that's all you need to know right now. All right. So that is the funniest back-to-back comments. And since we were talking about Looksmaxxing and everything, we've had interesting people pop up on the stream today because, the way that this live stream's been popping down, it's been all over the place, which I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for the show. I mean, it's a hard out right now, but I'd like to thank everyone for listening. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan, and follow us on social media. We'll be posting clips of the show as well. Tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets. And don't forget, Beef Games going down Thursday, March 26th. Till then, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later. I'm going to end it with Trump and Jake Paul doing the dance.
YMCA, right?
We're going to dance to this.
I feel like Jake Paul does it better than Trump, and Trump starts to lose